Hi, everybody. I have been asked to join El Jefe, Sandro, for the Century edition of RMS. That's right. This is our 100th show.
Today, we're reacting to luxury cars of the future.
But cars of the future that exist today. There's sleek designs. There's totally insane technology. We'll find out if they're really cars of the future or just some tech demo from a startup that will be gone in a week.
First clip.
God, he's got some suspension troubles.
Well, that's bad.
And one way to get over a pothole.
I could jump over an ant now.
If I lived at potholes like that, though, I'd own an airplane.
That's actually pretty cool to see that again. No way. You can get away from the cops.
Yeah.
We do not condone that. Okay.
Oh, we don't?
No.
Oh, we don't.
We don't.
Sorry.
We do not.
I was testing everybody. I think
cool.
It's cool and useless. This is a real BFD, as far as I'm concerned.
Be what?
Big deal.
Oh, okay.
So what? When I was in high school at Eagle Rock High, I could go see my buddies in Highland Park and I could see 64 Chevys doing that.
Yeah.
So what's a big deal, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
There's a certain lowrider car outside. It does that. So what? I didn't press the button to make it do it.
This is a big-ass lowrider. We probably took the technology from lowriders and integrated it into this.
It wouldn't surprise me.
But just imagine you're going like this, and then your wife's trying to stop you from going out.
Yeah. I would imagine that when it's in this mode, the steering response is very bad.
So imagine you're on the freeway and you're like, hey, wee, then you fly off. Is that actually safe?
I think it could be misused very easily.
Right.
This launched in February of 2024 for about $230,000.
Say that again?
$230,000.
Well, $230,000 ain't much now because it's a million. It's $1 million for a Singer 911.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
right,
it's
you're
not
right.
that much.
You're
It's
right, it's not a
relatively
lot.
cheap.
Yeah.
But a lot of things we see, particularly from Chinese manufacturers, are made for the motor show stand, to get attraction, to get people to come to your stand. You'll see a lot of that. That's why a lot of concept cars are built.
The next one's gonna be like, oh, today we got this Audi, and oh, it did a backflip.
It's a backflip version. I like it. Sign me up.
Well, Mercedes has a car that does that
Hopping?
hopping already.
Sandro, let me ask you this. How do you think the durability is going to be on that?
Whack. Anything that hops and lands, cracks.
And when it lands, it's coming down a lot harder than it went up.
Do the seats have shocks probably? Because then that hit is gonna be hard when you're coming down like.
Yeah, that'd be a bum buster,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
So let's jump into the next clip.
Wheels that reconfigure to triangular tracks to instantly optimize mobility over different types of terrain.
That's cool.
From wheel to track and back again within 2 seconds, while the Dream Travel suspension system aims to enable
that's a smooth
high-speed
ride.
travel over rough terrain while keeping the
Even the
vehicle
chassis is
upright
part of
in
the suspension.
military
See that?
20-inch
It's
wheels,
fascinating.
advanced short travel suspension of 4 to 6 inches, and a novel high travel
Oh,
suspension
yeah.
that extends up to 6 feet.
The wheel that goes triangular, I could see, particularly for some extreme off-road use, would be really, really good because you'd be able to work well on a relatively straight, smooth portion. And then where it gets really rough, you get maximum traction and surface area for contact. It's a neat technology. I could see it perhaps on some Squillionaire's Hummer of the future. But it sure. And previously there were attempts to get rid of the wheel with things that were these little hover cars. Those started popping in the late 50s, early 60s, and we see how successful they've been. You can just go buy one anytime you want. Something has to be more exciting than this. Let's find out.
Hinge extender and the second axle are installed. The vehicle turns into a mean-looking 6x6 with a projected electric driving range of 560 miles on a battery capacity of 300 kilowatt hours.
Oh, excuse me.
This is pretty cool, but it reminds me like a Swiss Army knife. They had a camper, it extended the back. You could add another
Sun deck.
opening, closing, extending, all that. Gonna break. How serious do you think a solar panel on an AV is?
We might start seeing it in limited applications, but it will always be, I'm at 80% and I want to be at 85. And so I'll go do this while I'm shopping.
How much juice this bad boy might take? Wow. Your water and power bills would be like up the ass.
The amount of power that solar panels can generate has not been disclosed.
And there's a good reason. It looks better in a Cybertruck, but then so does a cancerous boil.
Bob, give me the next clip, please.
This here is the Vision AVTR, Mercedes' futuristic concept car inspired by the movie Avatar. The car replaces multiple basic controls in the pursuit to be more connected to the driver, like switching out the steering wheel and pedals for an interactive joystick-like controller on the center console.
Boy, I tell you, the design department had too much time on their hands that week.
So you know you got too much money. At first, I don't like the me going like this to give it power, like however that is. I like my pedals to be on my feet. So I could feel like, you're like, wow, let's go, This doesn't feel cool.
You know what would be interesting? Driving along, that's you!
The wheels are crazy.
I saw those in some movie. Was it the iRobot movie?
Yeah.
It had weird Audis with kind of moonoid-like replacement tire things.
iRobot.
And that was what, 15 years ago? Maybe they get these movies late in Germany.
With today's sponsor, Hankook Tires, we're going as off-road as you can get. That's right. Today, we're driving to the center of the earth. Our Ranger is fitted with Dynapro MT2s, Hankook's most badass, hardcore off-roading tire. Its deep, aggressive sidewalls give you extra biting power in even the most dangerous terrain. The Dynapro MT2's massive open tread pattern is designed to give you grip in loose terrain like sand and gravel.
Hey! Damn it. Should have used Dynapro off-road tires.
The Dynapro MT2's scalloped shoulders help deflect debris and rocks to help protect your tire and give you extra grip in tough terrain. What the heck?
Turn back, surface dweller.
Wait, Frank, look. He's one of the good ones.
You use Dynapro tires?
Duh. Hankook Dynapro MT2s are a tough tire with high performance handling. If you go off-road, use the tire trusted by everyone,
including reptoids.
Use Hankook Dynapro off-road tires.
Click the link to learn more.
Wanna see our kingdom?
We got a water slide.
We need another clip.
Even more insane is getting in and out of the vehicle. Now, the doors, they pop open like this, and they're actually 14 feet long. This is the biggest doors you're going to see on anything. And the roof, well, it pops up. That way, if you're getting into this very low-slung vehicle, you don't have to like cram down like you would with a sports car. You have plenty of rooms. You just sort of sit down. Meanwhile, inside the vehicle, Lincoln has done away with steering and accelerator, brake. It's a level 5 autonomous vehicle, but you can still control where you're going to go. In addition to just setting routes, let's say you're driving down the road and you want to turn left at the next intersection. You can use this. It's called the chess piece, and it's actually a crystal representation of the vehicle. You can just sort of turn it left, like you would with a toy car, and the vehicle will know that at the next intersection, you want to go left. Going further down the road, you want to...
That looks like somebody's living room.
You know, I'm going to sound like an old fart here. Did you see any seatbelts in that thing? Neither did I. And the guy sitting back...
so flimsy, that top.
Doesn't it?
God, look
and
at
by
that.
the way, do you see any really secure latches on it?
Nothing.
No. This was one of these things made to be a pushmobile to sit in a motor show.
Got you. Just to hook them. Like when it says free. Oh, what's free? Oh, for you to come inside and talk to us, that's what's free.
Free oxygen in here.
Everything else is charged. How was it? All you have to do is grab the car. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Today we're gonna go to a takeover. So can you do this car? The car's like, sure, boss. Bob, what are the levels of autonomous driving?
Right now, they're listed as autonomous driving 1 to 5, but 0 is where we are today, where we get to drive cars, where we enjoy it and have fun, and occasionally have accidents. Then they go on to level 1, which is kind of the steering. If you try to get out of your lane, it'll guide you to stay in the lane. Level 2 occasionally goes into self-driving. This is kind of where Tesla is with their so-called autopilot. And at level 5, it's theoretical. You're just along for the ride. I have a personal opinion, which some people, they think I'm being very negative and not looking to the future. I genuinely believe the last nation that will have level 5 autonomous driving will be the United States. We got a lot of roads, but we also have a lot of lawyers. A level 3 car bumps into another guy, but the car's recording system for the crash doesn't work, and the other guy says, the autonomous car drove into me, and the lawyers will be tied up for years. And why you have places like China's a good example. They have technology, they have a single party government that can pretty much say, okay, these streets in Shanghai are going to be autonomous vehicles only. You don't have lawyers saying, you can't do that. They might say you can't do that, but then you don't see them. Okay, they go on vacation for a long time. Qualifier. If they decide to have dedicated, what they call roadways just for them, maybe. But then it becomes like nothing more than an automated streetcar at an airport. Yeah. But I do wonder when you have people facing each other, and where are the airbags? They're going to get rid of passive restraint because it's autonomous. The logic is the autonomous cars will never crash. Yeah, okay.
Sure, buddy.
My TV's so good it never breaks.
Your airbag is your passenger.
You have a big ass Baymax right there. You crash, you're like, I got you. Oh, what the? Next to the water? That's a fucking living room. Are you guys getting this lazy that you want not even to use your hands? And that's the whole joy of driving a car.
That's why buses exist. If you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Tell me, would they help your business in terms of service and repair if they were out there?
I just imagine a bearing like spinning around, or the customer comes in, still going in circles. He's like, I'm trying to stop. And I'm like,
wait till the battery runs dead.
Bring that shit. Let's see what I could do.
The one thing that on a lot of the autonomous vehicle interiors I've ever seen is any consideration of passive restraint, airbags or some sort of belts or something. If you're guaranteeing the car will never have an accident, you can get away with stuff like that. But you still have laws of physics you have to consider. If something does crash on the roadway and there's no car, it has to slam the brakes on. If you're not restrained in some way,
you're flying.
You're going to meet your friend who's facing you. And if you say nothing's going to go wrong,
that's a lie.
I think we were talking in another episode about electrical problems. You mentioned a certain car had that was made in England. I would not get into an English or Italian autonomous vehicle if my life depended on it.
There'd be a f***ing mosh pit in there if you guys crash.
I'll tell you what it'd be. It'd be shocking.
You know what's shocking? This next clip.
Experience the future of premium mobility
wow,
for
the
an
future
active lifestyle.
Is sunglasses
enhanced
and a
by
golf
augmented
bag.
reality, focused on you.
Why is she dressed for tennis and carrying a golf bag?
Elegant, human-centric.
Oh, look at that.
Could that just go like, come to me? Stop it. I will so rock that shit.
Just pause it for a second. Concept vehicle zone, vehicle not for sale. The augmented reality, they have this is not, no, insure copy. The hell?
So this is all bullshit, but I'm no lie, like somebody bring me those glasses. Come to daddy. Park right there. D-bag. Stay.
Personalized concierge services, not just a means of transportation.
Commencing tutorial.
But a partner on your journey.
Oh, Jesus.
Considerate, practical, and comfortable.
Temperature.
You guys.
I got to say this, this virtual reality thing is really good. They had virtual reality that good, you wouldn't need to go there. You could just sit in your living room and be in Belgium.
You could do that right now.
That's true.
You know what? Just go play some GTA. VR. That's it. You're rolling. Bob, I know you're a gamer designer too.
Yes, I'm the OFG.
Okay,
the official OFG. They can put up on the thing. But I'm the OFG.
How high were you, Bob, when you were designing this?
Oh, I'm 5'8".
There you go. He was up there.
Let's say there's a number of these cars, these VR goggles. Let's say you get in the car and let's say you got an Audi like this, and then let's say you've got the company formerly known as Nissan that's now known as Honda. Let's say you've got a Honda VR thing and you get into your Audi. Maybe they're not compatible. You're like VHS and Beta, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be bad. I turned left and the car's going right. What's going on here?
You're now into the ocean. You forgot to upgrade.
You never can tell what's coming in the future.
Do you know what's in the future? This next clip. With that.
Oh, not another Audi.
What?
Oh, no, this makes sense. The wheelbase is extended to give you more leg room.
Does this stretch? Oh, it did stretch, all right.
Because you know what's happening? Driver and passenger. Long wheelbase, short wheelbase, long wheelbase, short wheelbase. No, you know what that's good for? If you're racing head to head, damn it, he's ahead of me. Not now. I'm presupposing this thing is an EV. Probably would have a motor at each end. If it had an engine that was fixed and a drive line and was front engine and rear drive, you'd have to worry about the drive shaft extending. The only benefit I see is perhaps in vehicle dynamics and parking. Okay, because your car would be a little bit shorter when you want to park it. Okay?
That's a good one.
It isn't a good one because it's only about that much space. Come on, give me a break. Are you that bad a parker?
You don't know. It could be a Mini Cooper at the end. It's like, it ends up being like this shit. Like, what's the benefits of having cameras instead of like side view mirrors? Or
they could theoretically be set so that you wouldn't have a problem with the mirror not being right.
So it adjusts itself, right?
Yeah, and you could put the screens a little bit closer to the windshield, so you wouldn't be diverting. There are some advantages to it. Probably of any feature on this car, that would be the one that would have the most advantage. The others would be what I call FSI. Stupid ideas.
Oh, nice. That sounds badass. We need the next clip because I'm already losing my mind on this one.
Yeah, I don't think we should extend this concept any further.
That's a good one.
You join us in central London for our first look at the radically styled Peugeot Inception concept. A 671 brake horsepower mission of intent.
Did he say 671?
Exactly
yeah,
what the first
sure sounded
future
like
electric cars are going to look like. All of Peugeot's biggest, fastest, most luxurious EVs launching over the next few years will be based on the exact
Hang
same
on, I gotta pause
STLA
that.
platform.
Go back just a bit.
as this.
I have never seen the word Peugeot used with biggest, fastest, or luxurious before. I've never ever seen that. That's quite impressive on by itself.
Inside, you don't actually get a steering column. It's been replaced by a steer-by-wire system. Instead, you get this square wheel called the Hypersquare. You'll also find an array of sustainable
Give me a
materials,
laptop and a mouse then at that
touch-sensitive
point.
controls to make it. And I
Oh wow, that thing looked like a late
in real life.
1950s modern stereo equipment.
Yeah, that looks nasty right there.
Yeah, look at that. That's a 1957 Grundig radio. Therein is another thing that car designers have been trying to redesign, just like the road
steering
wheel,
wheel, yeah.
the steering wheel. Exactly.
Yeah, two holes? What am I gonna do with them? I put my hand in there and I go like this? Like that Tron thing? Maybe? Would you design something like that?
Not if I was
sober?
Sober or awake.
Okay. If you had a chance to redesign the steering wheel, what would you do? Would you make it shaped like a donut? Would you make it shaped like a banana?
I wouldn't do one of the squared off ones. And
No?
I'll tell you why. Okay, if we're talking about use of the steering wheel, the constant radius makes it easier for you to position your hands to control the vehicle. If you have easier positioning of your hands, in theory, you'll be able to respond faster. And if you can respond faster, guess what? So will the car.
So you're always gonna say circle.
I tend to prefer. I think it makes a lot more sense. Okay, if a human being is driving the car.
As a designer, at what point do you stop? Like, hey, you know what? The car is decent, or you never stop?
No, there is a point at which I would stop. And the reason is the effort I'm putting into that could improve something else with the vehicle and the driver.
Yeah.
Issues like visibility, okay, assisted visibility. There's a lot of options available there. But that's not one I'd be staying up nights worrying about.
Bob, we gotta make a custom car. Give me Audi, Mercedes, Honda, Nissan.
What I'd like to do, I'd like to find some esoteric brand that's not well known and work on that.
Okay, give us Daishiki, whatever brand is out there, just shoot us.
Golden Bozo brand.
Yeah, shoot us some dough and we'll make you something crazy like that. When people go to your show, they're gonna be like, what the is that?
Fiat's gonna hit you up.
By the way, do you know what Fiat means? Fun in a taxi.
Okay, there you go, Fiat. Okay, hit us up. We'll fix the electrical on that. Don't worry about it. Who the has that money?
The flying cars and boat cars have been around since there were cars. Well, some of them do fly, and some of them, like the Amphicar, which was in production. You could buy them for a while. They float, go in the water. What you have at the end of the day is something that's kind of expensive, and in fact, is more expensive than buying a nice used airplane and a nice used car, or a nice used boat and a nice used car. And it's better than each.
I love the idea if this ever was a thing on the used market. It's like Maserati boat car for sale. The boat sheath is missing.
You know there was on Auto Trader, somebody selling a car boat.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
The
Amphicar probably.
Some like that. It was up for sale. I looked at, I don't remember the price.
Thought about it?
No, hell no. You know what? I think the real question is, what kind of crazy designs do you have?
My wackiest ideas are on a subject that maybe we should talk about sometime in the future. I call interdimensional street rods.
Yeah, we need another episode for that.
They're not absurd wastes of money. They're only slight wastes of money.
Bob's designs? Put it right there in the comments. So like that, he can show us some of the crazy that he's designed.
What color should it be?
A black stallion. You know it.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So, Bob, thanks for coming down.
Thank you,
the legend, the designer, the man that designed nothing. Nothing. Thank you, Bob.
Oh, and it was the 100th episode, so thank you all for being with us.
RMS, baby. Woo! Throw up the deuces. Throw up the deuces. There you go.
Ow! Oh.
Bob.